Ready to turn back time and time travel to 1962? Well, what are you waiting for? The TWA Hotel, located in Terminal 5 of JFK Airport in Queens, New York, transports you from JetBlue Terminal 5 back in time to the nostalgia of glamorous 1960s air travel. But this time, as a first-class hotel. This hotel is an aviation enthusiast dream. Thanks to the New York City Port Authority and JFK Airport, they took the brilliant design by architect Eero Saarinen from 1962 and repurposed the building, making the Trans World Airlines terminal take flight again. As you arrive out of the elevator from the airport and enter the hotel, you're instantly transformed to the 1960s. To your right, you catch a glimpse of owner Howard Hughes' office. To the left, some more TWA nostalgia. And in front of you, this magnificent red-carpeted, long, iconic hallway. Saarinen's iconic flight tube. You want to make sure that you have your walking shoes on though, because nothing in this hotel is a short walk. The hallways are lined with retro memorabilia of all of TWA's travel locations and some of 1962's greatest moments. There's also replicas of the old departure and arrival boards, both in the entrance and in the sunken lounge. I thought those were so cool. Check-in is pretty easy. They offer a self-service option, but still someone there if you have any issues or questions. A really nice feature that the TWA Hotel offers is an overnight and a day tripper stay. So if you came in on a red eye and not leaving again until the evening, you've at least got a place to catch up on some sleep for an inexpensive rate. I believe it ranges between $25 and $75, depending on how many hours you plan to stay. The check-in area is also lined with photographs of all the famous people who have flown with TWA. Also, just the FYI, the TWA Hotel is the only hotel directly connected to the airport, quickly accessible from all terminals through the air train. All other hotels are 4+ miles away. Remember when I mentioned your walking shoes? The hotel lobby is a 200,000 square foot space. The heart of the hotel is a sunken lounge, a place where once crowds appeared to welcome the Beatles in 1965. Pretty cool, huh? And now the lounge looks out to see the 1950s Lockheed Constellation airplane known as the Connie, restored and now a cocktail lounge. Unfortunately, we didn't get to visit the lounge because there was a private party inside and then it was closed. Being still in COVID times, we noticed that many things, like everywhere else, have been scaled back. But the hotel still does a great job in keeping its atmosphere. It feels like its own theme park, in a sense, due to its detail and controlled atmosphere. I think if Walt Disney was still around, he would have been quite impressed. If some of this seems to be looking familiar, maybe seen in a known movie, aside from the fact that the hotel pays homage to Saarinen's original flight center design, keeping as much as it was back in the day, the location was actually used in the movie Catch Me If You Can. The ironic thing about that is that Frank Abagnale flies for Pan Am, which was TWA's arch nemesis, because both were after control of the skies. So it's pretty funny and ironic that they use the flight center in the movie. Okay, let's talk about the rooms. 2 hotel wings were added and designed to complement the landmark TWA Flight Center. 512 guest rooms with views of either JFK's runways or the TWA Flight Center. Howard Hughes' wing views an active runway of JFK Airport, while the Saarinen wing has an amazing view of the Flight Center. We stayed in the Saarinen wing. The room is basic, but with some 1960s modernism details. The bathroom also basic, but did include some TWA bathroom branding. But the view is everything. The hotel has several authentic museum exhibits and artifacts showcasing the jet age. From Howard Hughes' office, to a vintage 1962 living room, where you'll find an Etch-a-Sketch machine on the table. Remember those? To Saarinen original drafting table, and his sketch of the Flight Center. There's even the famous Pope's Room, where both Pope Paul VI and John Pope II would rest after long flights from Rome. And for all the fashionistas out there, there's an exhibit of original TWA vintage uniforms, all from between the dates of 1945 and 2001, designed by fashion icons such as Valentino. On the main floor, there are stores as well as a gift shop where, just like a kid, you can still earn your wings from TWA, only for purchase this time, as well as lots of other great TWA memorabilia. There's a fun photo room filled with Snapchats from fans and a photo booth to, of course, capture your own fun photos. And don't forget to catch up on your Twister skills. There's a Twister room where you can play Twister on a wall-to-wall version of the 1960s game. But one of the most amazing features of the hotel is the rooftop infinity pool with runway views and is heated up to 95 degrees every day. The pool is open every day from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Entry fee and reservation needed after 10:30 a.m. But again, so cool. The Runway Chalet at the Pool Bar, a rooftop après-ski experience, is open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. The chalet is a tented, heated alpine hideaway that offers cozy seating, snacks, and has peak views of runway 4 left, 22 right. It has a vintage fireplace, and it's a great place for a cocktail or to play some board games. And did I mention the runway views? I mean, where else do you get to do this? So let's talk some more about food. There's a grab-and-go dining area across from the check-in with some fun 1960s touches. There's also the Sunken Lounge, as well as the Lisbon Lounge. And then there's the famous Paris Café. The Paris Café by Jean-Georges encompasses the entire footprint of the terminal's original Paris Café and Lisbon Lounge, with the curved seating and open kitchen just as it was in 1962. Jean-Georges, a famous French chef with several Michelin awards, puts a modern twist on the historic in-flight menus. Now, not gonna lie, it's a little harsh on the wallet. And due to COVID, it's not always open for all meals, so definitely check with the hotel regarding availability, and vaccination cards are required to be shown for all indoor eating, but it is so worth it. Now, even if you have just a few hours layover at JFK, you'll want to make sure that you visit the TWA Hotel, because where else can you hear Frank Sinatra and your favorite 60s music playing on a continuous loop, or grab your favorite cocktail at the London Club Bar and chill in the historic Sunken Lounge, or eat a delicious meal at the famous Paris Café, or maybe just a snack at their food hall grab and go. Regardless to what brings you to the hotel, I promise the TWA Hotel is worth the trip back to 1962.